Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of The Latest Thread. We wanted to share that Sharon is not here this morning. She had a little incident with her recently surgery thumb, so she had to get that taken care of. She will be back smiling and happy next week. But what we wanted to do, since it's only the three of us, is we were going to do show everybody a little bit about the online education and how you maneuver through the site. And also, there might be some sample pictures in there for everybody to take a look at. So I'm going to share my screen, and bear with me because this is normally Sharon's job. So I'm going to be like, I can't see. All right, so let me share. Everybody see that?
There it is.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay, so this is when you go to gammill.com, and the first thing you'll want to do, you see this Learn Online, and if you just click that, maybe, it's my computer. It's not going to work. There it is. My computer's thinking. It's really slow.
Slow thinker.
It's very slow this morning. I don't know what's going on. So you have everything here. Browse and purchase classes. You can do educator consults, courses by subject. So let's just click on this under the browse and purchase. This is bad. My computer is bad this morning.
But it could be because you're filming too. Like
Maybe, yeah, or because the kids are still awake and they're using the Wi-Fi. So anyway, here's the tour. So you can have the Quilting with Confidence tour. So if you click on this, on the purchase the tour, maybe.
And again, the 2019, last year's
tour. So yeah, there's the hand guided, there's the Elevate track, and there's the Statler track. We also have the cool merchandise, which amazingly, this is one of my favorite rollers. I really like that roller. But okay, go back. I'll get sidetracked. Maybe not. Okay. So if we go down, here's the hand-guided classes, and we're going to talk about them because, hey, we're the hand-guided educators, so we can kind of fill you in on. But this is just going to be minutes and minutes of waiting for my screen. So again, here is the hand-guided 2019 tour. But these are some of the classes we've done. We have Fill It Fast, Find Your Feather, a virtual round robin, which I want to talk about this because this was a really cool thing. So if we click on it.
Well, and while Karen waits for her computer, aside from the tour classes, all the other classes, all of us participated within the same classes. So you get 4 or for a couple, 5 different takes, on the same subject, which makes it really cool. And then the videos, they range from an hour and a half classes to 4 hours and 43 minutes like this.
Yes. Right. Well, this one's really cool because we didn't just do a round robin. We did 5 round robins. And that way we could each do a different section of the round robins. But you get 25 different designs, and on each design we talk each one out. So you hear our thought process and all that.
Yeah, so it was a lot. It was really interesting too, just to watch how you had, because we had to, we all quilt kind of a little bit different. And then you had to make something that you do work with someone else's. It was kind of neat.
That was neat. So like this,
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
I was going to say it was fun, but it was also challenging because, yeah, our styles of quilting are quite different. But that's the beauty of it. You can also see that certain styles that are different in the end result, look great together too. So,
Yeah. So on this one, simple piecing, maximum effect, I want to take a peek at this one because I think you can see our samples. Come on. Yes. So there's a peek. So we all pieced the little wall hanging, and then we walk you through our drawing process, our marking process, and then our stitching processes. So this was Sharon's, and there's Ava's, and Jodi's, and mine. So you can see, we're using the same concept, I guess you'd say, but we're taking it into 4 totally different directions.
I think this was probably my favorite one.
Was it?
Well, just because, even when we were done, because we didn't know what each other were doing, but when you see them at the end, to have 4 people take the same pieced thing and just start with this blank fabric, and how each person's design process works is so different.
Crazy different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, and so you watch someone go from blank fabric to a totally finished quilted thing. I think it was pretty cool. I love to hear people's design.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The thought part. Yeah. So,
and sorry, Karen, before we move on, while we still have that on the screen, I think we need to talk about the options that you have when you take those classes.
mm-hmm.
You have different subscription models where you can,
That's right where I was going with that. Yeah.
Good. We do think alike, but it's important. When I take a class, depending on what it is, I may need to watch it more than once in order to get it. So, or because we all learn differently. So that subscription model that Karen's hovering over tells you this is the initial cost for the class, and then you can continue on at the $5 per month.
And I want to go back to another screen because it explains that in full detail. So each class is it's priced by how long the class is. So those ones that are $149 or whatever it was, they're long classes. They are like 4 and 5 hour classes. If we go back up here and we click on how it works, and we wait 45 seconds.
That's okay. It's speeding up just a bit.
Yeah. So it actually has little videos on how to purchase a class, but what I want to see is down here. How long do I have access to that class? So for that $149, you get that class for 30 days. You could take it every day for 30 days, or you could take it once and then be done with it. But it's the subscription part it's almost like a free trial. It's not free, but you have until day 29 to say, I don't need this anymore. So then you would cancel it, your subscription. So that's what right down here. How do I turn off my subscription? They have to be canceled prior to the renewal and cannot be refunded once charged. So that's why I say it's like a trial. So if you had a 14-day trial on something and you waited till day 15 to cancel it, you're going to be charged that first month.
Right.
So like on that class, it was $149 for the 30 days, and it will automatically renew it. I think it was $10 a month.
$5.
Was that one 5 or 10? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it would renew on day 30. After day 30, you have, if you only need it for the 1 month, you have to cancel it, and it tells you exactly how to do it right here before your 1 month is over, so that it doesn't charge you for the follow-up month. But the thing that's cool about that, I mean, a lot of people, they take the class and they want to refer to it in say a month or 2. It's a minimal fee to come back and if you keep your subscription going, to come back and look at it. So
Right.
yeah, you're not being charged that, because if you're done with the class, then just cancel your subscription and you're done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think to me, this makes more sense because I've taken a couple of online classes, different places, and I buy it and they say, some of them, whatever, you have access for 6 months or a year or whatever it is. I have never gone back, and when I sign up, I think, oh, great, I can watch it whenever I want. Well, I watched it once and
you're done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm done. So yeah, I like this so that if I did want it for a little bit longer, okay, I'm going to sign up because I do want to look at this again. So I'll do, another month or whatever.
Yeah. And see right here on the Gammill website where it says have a question. That's the same on the learning portal, I guess they call it, on the learning site. There's a little chat window. So if you have a technical question, not a class related question, if something's not working with your videos or your computer's not working, you just click right there on that little chat and they'll help you walk you through it. But on each class, we have what's called, question and answer forum. And then we also have where you can upload pictures of your work and we can talk about it. So,
yeah.
Lots of cool thing. And then
the other. So in other words, you post your question and one of us, we have access to that part of the, class and then we get back to you.
Yep.
And I do think you get those as a digest, so if other people have questions about the same class that, you have, you can see their questions and obviously the answers that we give also. So it's, a great way of learning virtually and, still have the feel of, being in a class. So.
Yeah. And I think that goes out at the end of each day, that digest with all the questions. Yeah.
I believe it does.
Yes.
And,
And we probably should mention too, it's, I think, obvious, but they are all pre-recorded.
Yes.
So it's not, you don't have to come at any certain time. So, I think for me anyway, pre-recorded is better for me when I take something because I need to be able to watch it when I have the time to watch it, as opposed to, I have to get on and,
Yeah. Or like that, you're watching it and then, the doorbell rings and something happens. You pause it and you can come back. You can rewind through whatever you missed on that video.
Yeah.
Well, and that's another good point too, because within the classes, even though either 4 or 5 of us have participated with the class material, it's broken up into different sections. So if you're watching Karen, her part of the class today, then you can stop and watch Jodi's, tomorrow or later on. So it's kind of manageable in regards to, how the class is presented.
Yeah.
So there's a break point, especially if you need to go back to something, it's easier to maneuver because it's broken up into the different sections.
Yeah. So this is what Ava's talking about. Like this is Ava's section. And this is my section. And there's Jodi's section. And I guess Sharon's section is under this one. So we each did a little section on every class. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I just there and I went, is the educator consult, which is really cool. Everybody always says, oh, I want to come sit in your studio and watch you, or I want to pick your brain. This is how you can do that. Well, you can't watch us, in the studio, but no, I'll be sitting in the studio.
You can try to pick our brain. That you can.
Yeah, but it's an actual like a 1-hour consult with any of the educators. So I'm going to click on Jodi. So if you click on that, come on.
Yeah, you can rent Jodi by the hour. That's
Jodi by the hour. All of it. But after you add it to cart and pay for it, you get a move that out of the way. You get a little calendar that pops up where you can pick which hour, which day, which time you want. So that's really cool. I thought you could see that from here, but you can't. You have to pay for it before you get to see the calendar. But that's what everybody says that. Hey, I want to just pick your brain. So there you get 1 full hour for $59. I think that's a pretty good deal. Yeah.
And I don't think it's supposed to be intended as a class where you learn a technique. It's literally just different questions, or you have maybe a quilt you are undecided on, or different little things. Because obviously we're doing it in a Zoom format, so we're limited as to we can't necessarily go to the machine during the meeting, but questions, that's what will be off.
Or even, you might have a quilt that, you have a couple of ideas, but you don't know which one or why would you pick this one over that one. And, we can try to work through that with you too.
Yeah. So, I'm really excited about the online education. I really am.
Yeah. Oh, I love it because I think it's cool, but you can take it when you want, not like, I know how I am. I go to shows, and if I, by some odd chance, get to take the class the morning of, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I even want to go, even though I paid for it. Usually I do, but at home now I can just watch like 10 minutes if I want, and now I have to make dinner and I can come back, and
we're second shift here, so like my day doesn't start till 3 in the afternoon normally. So I would love to take classes at 10 o'clock at night, and other people are like 10 o'clock at night. I'm
bed.
Or we have international students, for them it's convenient to have the pre-recorded classes. And again, with a 30-day window that you have them available, there's, it's convenient for everyone. And just for the fact that, in regards to the hand-guided classes, you're shown a technique or something, you literally can pause and you can go to the machine, you can try it out. You don't have to share a machine like in an actual show, when you take a hands-on class. Nobody's watching over your shoulder. If you're not sure what you're supposed to do. To me, it's stress-free to take, the online class.
Well, and if you do that too, you have the advantage of doing it on your machine that, you know how it moves and you're comfortable with it, as opposed to walking up to some machine that you've never
used. It's set up just right for you.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference.
And you're barefoot and in your PJs.
Right. Exactly.
So, all right. Anything else on the education before we go to break?
No, we just hope you take advantage of some of the classes that are being offered. We're excited. We enjoy working on them, and we're, looking forward to doing some more. So,
and even if you have if you've already taken the classes, check back, because we're still working on more classes. Working. So, all right, we're going to take a really quick break, and we'll be back in a second, and we're going to talk about how we use our Elevates. Okay. See you soon. Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little informational break. And we're going to talk about how we use our Elevates. So I'll start. my Elevate, my Elevate is on my Classic Plus, and to me, it's like my very first employee. Okay, because now while I'm stitching customs on my Vision 2, I can run edge to edges on my Elevate. So I have done a custom on the Elevate, but I don't want to say it wasn't enjoyable to me. I just want it to run while I'm over here being creative. So yeah, I use mine edge to edges. So.
Yeah. That was, to me, that right away for an edge to edge, which wasn't, in all reality, I feel like I could probably do an edge to edge freehand faster, but that wasn't the point. The point was that now I can do something else. You know, so for once I can be piecing something or, you know, whatever I happen to be doing. But probably my absolute favorite thing to do with it is to stitch things out here and there on a quilt, you know, maybe a border or blocks. And then I like to go back freehand and add things. So it's almost like I let it stitch a frame. And usually it's the stuff I don't want to have to do with the ruler, you know, a bunch of lines or circles or something. And it's just easier. Let it do it. It'll be perfect. And then I can add the fun stuff. Yeah. So that's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I have the Elevate on a Vision 2, and like Karen, I quilt for other people, and so therefore I find what she said about it being an employee, the Elevate, you know, is a great, you know, concept, because it's true. I also have another machine, and so the edge to edge, you know, it enables me to also work on something custom on the other machine, and it's worry-free. I have used it for other applications, you know, using the block function to do more for custom, but mostly for edge to edge, because if you quilt for others, you know, if you have a second machine that can stitch out those, you know, quilts, those edge to edge designs, rather me standing from the back using a pantograph, you know, it's worth its money in gold, because it's worry free. And I'm out here anyhow. I can even walk away, you know, so as long as I set it up right, you know, it's a very small learning curve to use the Elevate, no matter which of the functions we use. And then, of course, you can also use it in conjunction with CS7 to have some more options. But that's the most users probably use it for the edge to edge, because they quilt for others and want to speed the process along. As well as, you know, as we get older, which some of us do. Oh, wait, all of us get older. But so, you know,
Not willingly.
You just have to keep telling yourself you're not.
It's just on the calendar. It's not in real life. We stay young always.
Right.
But no, seriously, you know, it does make a difference if you have some medical issues, perhaps, you know, to not have to move the machine, you know, physically for all the quilting. And so, I mean, the Elevate is the perfect, you know,
employee,
but also the perfect gateway into computerized quilting. So.
Do you find yourself, like when I do custom work on the Elevate, I've only done it a couple times, but do you find yourself hovering over it and watching it and making sure it does it exactly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm a mistrusting person, period. So I need to make sure you know, it's going exactly where I want it to go. Plus, it's fun to watch.
Well, it's kind of mesmerizing to watch it. But I'm always like, and not to use the word, but shrinkage. Like as a hand guider, we automatically start. We don't even think shrinkage, because we're just going to stitch shorter, you know, as we get to it.
You don't really even notice it, I think, as a freehander, because it happens, sure, but we're always like in a block, maybe. Like I know I'm aiming for that block, and I'm just going to go there.
Yeah.
So we compensate almost automatically, I think.
Yeah. But when you get over there and you're like, whoa, what just happened? Because it didn't quite stitch to where I wanted to. So, yeah.
You know, and I think to me, that's kind of, I guess everyone would maybe use it a different way. You know, it's designed to do what it's designed to do, blocks, edge to edge, and borders. There are other things you can do, but that's you playing, experimenting, you know, and I think that just depends what kind of quilter you are. Probably most, I mean, and I don't know this, but it seems to me that if you're adding an elevate, you probably freehand. So in my head, when I have that, like you just said, Karen, where it's shrinkage, so I think, well, I'm going to not put it all the way to the edge, because then if it shrinks, I can add something freehand that will disguise that unevenness. So I think it's you know, if you can combine the two, because I know, because if I say, oh, I would have made it go to the corner, then I'm mad, you know? I mean, you know.
But also, if you have an Elevate, I'm hoping that you're also joined up with the Gammill Elevate Facebook group, and you'd be amazed how some people challenging themselves, you know, I mentioned CS7 earlier, you know, that are really trying very hard, you know, to use the Elevate, you know, to its fullest, you know, in regards to doing custom quilting and matching up patterns. And, you know, they want to be able to almost do the computerized quilting, you know, that a Statler can do with the Elevate, you know, but it's very challenging, you know. You have to have somewhat of a, you know, CS7 is, you know, once you know what each function does, it's very user-friendly, you know, but to relay it back to the Elevate, you know, that obviously has more limitations than Statler, you know, it amazes me what some people are doing with it. You know, they're very brave. So you should check that out.
Very brave and very, I don't know what the word is, but wow.
Well, and I think, you know, watching sometimes, I mean, I'm on that list, and some of the things, you know, you read, and to me, I do use Creative Studio, but only for a couple of reasons. So I might draw my own design, which oddly enough, I really like doing that. Never in a million years would I have thought I did. Seriously, draw on a computer? Me? No. I like doing it. But then I can custom draw some things that I exactly want. Or, you know, if I see a pattern, I'm like, oh, but it has this there and I don't want that. You can open a pattern and you can delete parts of it. You can edit it. You can change it. You can hook a couple of things together. You know, I guess you could try to do some of that Statler type thing, you know, where you're going to try to lay out a whole block, or a whole row or something. It's really not meant for that in conjunction with the Elevate. And I find that if you try to do, and I'm not discouraging doing it, sure, if you have time to play with it, then great. But I find that just becomes frustrating to me.
Well, as a hand guider, because like it's like, wait a minute, I could have been done. I mean, because in my world, time is money, you know. So if I'm spending 4 and 5 hours trying to stitch 3 or 4 rows on the Elevate, I'd be like, I could have had this whole quilt done. Yeah, if I had done it freehand. So it depends what you want to use it for. You know, it's you can push it to its limits and it can behave very, you know, do all those extra things, but it's very time consuming.
But for the majority of people, you know, I assume, purchase the Elevate, you know, to do the edge to edge, you know, and you know, help with their customer quilt load or whatever to make it manageable, and make it a little easier on themselves. It all depends on the individual's expectations, as long as they know that, it's, a computerized machine, that was intended for just what we talked about,
Yeah, those people that push it kind of amaze me. 'Cause I'm like,
They do.
Sure.
yeah. So, all right. I would have loved to have heard Sharon's take on all that, but we'll have to
She'll
have
be back next time.
She'll be back next week. It's okay. She might pipe in the comments when this gets posted, I'm sure. So I know it's a little short episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you got a good view of all the stuff on the Gammill Education site.
Yep.
And I hope you enjoyed our little quips about our elevates. So what, did you want to add something? Or my little thoughts coming out. So anyway, we will see you again next time on the latest thread. Don't forget to tag any comments and questions you have with #TheLatestThread. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.